Hi, my name's Nikki, and for 11 years I was an artist, but that was the only visible part. Behind that, I was learning, investing, and growing and figuring out how to build things that actually make money. Now I help business owners and early stage founders turn what they know into simple systems that actually convert. I took the high level pattern recognition that I learned from art and performance and I started translating that into business. And I realized that this is a skill. This is something that I had always had within me, but I was not using it to the best of my abilities. And now I am. If you are a creator and you have a particular skill that you've invested 10,000 hours or more in, that is leverage. That is perception training, kind of like martial arts. That was me with fire spinning and prop manipulation. It was something I did every single day, and I didn't know why. I just knew that if I did it for an hour every single day, I felt connected to other people and I felt stronger and better and healthier. Over time, I realized this created a distortion in people's perception of me, and it also prevented me from moving into the rooms that I knew I wanted to be in. So, what I did instead is I invested. Every time I made money, I invested. I invested in high level mentors and guides. And now I'm in proximity with business owners and people that are using AI as a consciousness amplifier to build businesses online, write books, and create faster and better. What is a lead magnet? A lead magnet is something that people are going to have right when they find you. They're going to download it. They're going to have something that they can leave with that is going to lead them on the customer journey. When we are building backwards, we don't create lead magnets right away, but when we build from the future and we have the course and we have the ideas and we have the frameworks, eventually we need a door. And what do doors do? They allow people to come into our world. And online, there are many doors. We have a website that can have doors. We have Instagram that can have doors. We can have YouTube that can have doors. But I think the most important thing to remember is that all of the doors can lead to the same place. They can all lead to one room. And when you're able to do this, you are able to use the online world in a masterful way. You are able to take people on a journey where they understand that all the doors lead to the same place, which is that one offer that you are creating right now for people to find and buy from you. This is what digital products are essentially. They are communities, they are online courses, they are one time checklists, they are a masterclass that you can purchase through a link. They are anything that you create one time that someone is purchasing from you or downloading for free. It can be a community that is on a retainer, it can be a one-time annual fee to join a community. It can just be a downloadable digital product, which is something that they download, that they pay for. Spotify kind of works like this. You pay for songs or you pay for the subscription and you get the product. We can also create the systems. We do not have to be the ones using the systems. We can create them. Does this apply to business owners too that already have systems? Yes, in fact, it actually applies very much to them. So think of a nail salon owner, a restaurant owner, a digital marketer, a freelancer that does websites. They're all going to need these little lead magnets that are going to make them stand out in a crowd of the noisy digital landscape. We already know the importance of having a digital presence on social media, but what not everybody has yet are lead magnets. And lead magnets are doors that take people into your world, into your journey. A website is a landing page, so they're able to find you, see what you have to offer, get all the information they need. But when you have these little doors, it sometimes can signal that you have a deeper understanding of the online world, the shifts happening, and you are able to be more connected and build a higher level of trust with your audience. Maybe you do that through rewards programs, maybe you have email campaigns, but you don't have those little doors that they can find yet. And when they can find them, it makes it like a game, fun and exciting for your customers, so you don't have to talk about it. They already know a little bit about you already. And now with digital marketing and online coaching, we can do something different. We can have these doors like GPTs. And GBTs can be like introductions for us without us being present. So they can interact with our GBT and we can have this connection that is built. Similar to them watching us on YouTube, when they interact with our GBT, there's a connection. So business and online marketing is different than performance, though performance is going to give you high level perception and stage presence and drive. But business is problem solution content. Business is solving problems, and business is finding ways to operate so you can put all of the moving parts together to create simple, repeatable systems so you can spend your time focusing on those high level problems, not those small $5 tasks. When you are able to create systems and use GBTs strategically, you're not using as much data, you're not spending as much time interacting with them, you're not continuously expanding or getting validated, you're having a conversation and you are understanding that there's constraints involved. So if you have a conversation with someone and they have a question back, you're triggered, right? Because they're asking a question back, because whoever asked the questions holds the frame. But that is also just sales. So what if you could have a stress-free conversation with just an AI extension of the person? And this is already occurring in businesses. We have these agents, but founders also have trained AI bots and operators. So you can understand the person's mind, their frameworks, their way of thinking, so you can decide if you want to work with them. Because this is not a black and white scenario. This is not a this person has a bot, that person has an agent, which one is better, or this person has ChatGPT, this person has Claude, which one is better. That's not really the game we're playing here. The game is clarity and cognition and framework creation. And that comes from having intuition, signal clarity, pattern recognition, all the things that I learned through art. And then it comes with practical understanding, using tools, understanding how to ask the right questions at the right time in the right order, and understanding how to sequence. And that is where the leverage is. I created a high value lead magnet. It's called the Lead Magnet Builder 5 Rooms Edition, and it's going to help you build your own lead magnet so you can get these ideas of what you can build for your particular business in the role that you are in. And I also added a layer in the room that you are in, because this is the layer that people can't see. I talk to many people and they have been at the same job for 10 plus years, or they have had the same pattern for 10 plus years, and they cannot see the pattern. They think the pattern is fine. They think the solution is get more information. No, you are halfway there. High-level entrepreneurs taught me that environment plays one of the biggest roles in your ability to process information. And when I started working with AI to see my thoughts outside of me, I was able to see how they were deeply affected from my environment more than anything else. So the role you're in, the environment you're in, these all play a role in how much money you make, your ability to sell, your ability to show up as a leader. And when you already have something established, like a business that is working, but there's many things that are breaking, and you think the only way to make money is through the flow of the operations that you already have, think again, because things, energy, understanding of concepts are translated between layers and worlds. So something that you learned from another world, like art and performance, can be translated to a world like business and entrepreneurship, and something you learned from small businesses from your development of your business that grew and grew and grew, but now you're adapting to digital tools and you want to learn how that world applies to what you already have that's a practical service. There are infinite ways to make money. And now we have AI, so AI can help us find those infinite ways. But instead of continuously expanding, you need to narrow it down and you need to have a conversation with constraints in order to make a decision, because AI cannot make decisions for you, but you can program it to ask you the right questions. So the Lead Magnet Builder 5 Rooms Edition is going to ask you what room you are in right now, and I have separated the rooms into Artist, Builder, Bot, Community, and Tech Room. And these are a broad level of ways of thinking. So when we are being creative, we are in the artist kind of mindset, or the art room. When we are building something, we're more focused, we're driven, we have ideas, we just need to structure it together. The bot room, we're feeling overwhelmed and we want to talk to someone else, similar to talking to like a mentor or a guide. We're interacting with like people or bots. The tech room, where you're ready to build, is where you are learning new tools. That means you're going to the tech room. And then the community room, you want to connect with your customers better. You're going to be in the mindset of the community room. And these are 5 cognitive rooms, so ways of thinking. You can say, instead of saying, why is my energy off today, or why am I not able to execute, think about what room you're in and what role. And if you have to, use your imagination to shift it, and you can shift it. So I plugged the GPT in with my core framework, and it's going to ask you questions. And what it's also going to do, it's going to allow you to create these lead magnets. And these lead magnets are doors. So if you already have a business that is operating and doing well, these are going to be extra doors and extra layers for monetization for people to come in. Say you have a $5 lead magnet, or you have a free one leading to a $5 masterclass teaching people how to carefully take their nails off without going to the salon, teaching people how to cook and create a particular sauce, teaching people how to have fire safety. $5 times 1,000, that's 5,000 extra dollars that you can be making from one idea that you're packaging into a lead magnet that people are going to find. So you're not promoting it, they find it, and you have money on the back end to pay for those extra things that maybe you needed to pay for before that are breaking. This is what lead magnets can do. They invite people into our world and solve a problem and give them more information. So let's try it. When you go into the tool, it's going to say, create a high converting lead magnet by first getting clear and then building it step by step using the 5 rooms prompt method. I'm going to give artist as an example. I'm an artist. How do I turn my skills into something that people want? You don't need a better prompt, you need the right room. Most people try to build one on clear, and that's why they get stuck. Before we create anything, where are you right now? And then it asks you which room you're in. Based on what you said, you might be in the artist room, figuring out how your skills become something people want. But I want you to choose it yourself. Which room are you in right now? Community. You're not trying to sell art, you're trying to make people feel something specific about your art. That's community room work. Resonance, connection, meaning. If people don't feel it, they don't want it. What do you want people to feel or experience when they see your work? And then it asks you more questions. Calm. When someone feels calm from your work, what kind of calm is it? Peaceful. Where do you want this feeling to show up? In their home, in their phone, during a routine, as a gift, in a space? Space. Who needs this right now? Busy parents. Your art is creating a peaceful space for busy parents who need a moment to breathe in the middle of chaos. That's not generic, that's wanted. When busy parents experience your work, what immediate change should happen? They feel calmer instantly. Now we build this properly. What specific result would this give them in one page? Maybe make your home feel calmer in 5 minutes. What is their current struggle? The house feels messy. Good, that's real. Let me reflect this. The house feels messy. After 5 minutes, what should they do next? Download your prints and join your email list. Checklist, guide, roadmap, checklist.